So I'm going to go over some late season camp tips and kind of how I go through and do things for my camp with my goats in the late season. First, I'll introduce you to the boys. That's 7. He's got a white 7 on his face. That is MJ. This guy is Philip. And this Dorkmeyer is my new goat Olaf. He's still kind of learning the ropes. This is his very first backpacking trip, so he's doing pretty dang good. So one thing that we do is, I stake my goats out. I don't like to high line. I don't low line. I've had some bad luck with that and goats getting tangled up and different things. So, and maybe I just wasn't doing it right, but this is the system that works best for me. So what I do, I go to Walmart. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I buy these green stake. They're dog stakes. They're about 12 inches long. I just stick them in the ground, and then I just make my leads out of rope and whatnot. I like tarps. I always set up tarps no matter what. You never know. The mountains kind of make their own weather, so I put a lot of tarps up for my goats. Each goat will pack in their own goat coat. Each goat will pack their own goat coat, and which some guys are against. I'm not. And their own stake. And then I pack in 4 tarps, 2 for me and 2 for the goats. I have 4 goats, and 2 goats will always fit underneath one 6x8 tarp if it starts raining. They get right in there and cuddle, and they stay warm, and so yeah, that works great. Big thing is these guys aren't so bad as far as keeping the tarp up above in the air. I was kind of limited to what I could do here, but like 7, he will tear up the tarp. So I had to keep it. He'll try to climb on it just like a goat will, you know, and then knock it over. And he's getting a lot better now, but as we do more, he's getting a lot better, so that's good. I pack in a Seek Outside Cimarron tent. Normally I have the stove. I shouldn't say I pack it, the goats pack it, but today I just decided not to because I wasn't sure what kind of firewood I was going to have. I pack in I like a big pad, so here's my tarp, and I lay it down so I don't pop my pad because it's a floorless shelter. I like a good pad. I've got the Big Agnes Q-Core. It's an insulated pad, and then I've got a 0-degree Kelty bag that weighs a little over 4 pounds that obviously I wouldn't pack if I was solo, but since the goats are packing it, I use my Sea to Summit dry sack to put the bag in, and then I put like my rain gear and everything else in it for a pillow and put it on top of my Exo. This thing right here inside a Seek Outside tent or any teepee is amazing. It's a little extra weight. It's not that heavy. It's about the size of a baseball, but it's a little globe light that you just hang from your pole, and that way you don't have to burn up your headlamp. I put all my saddles in here. Obviously, if I had another person with me, I wouldn't be storing all this stuff in here, but I cooked in here last night and everything, so that was nice. These seats, you know, the Helinox type seat is the brand Helinox, but these are just knockoff brands that I got off Amazon for 25 bucks a piece. I love them. So when it's something to say about the goats, this is a 1-pound bag of alfalfa pellets, and what I will do with those alfalfa pellets is, if I'm not sure about the feed, if I'm not sure about feed or anything else, you know, I will always bring in alfalfa pellets, about 1 pound a day for the goats, and I'll give it to them right before they go to bed. If it's going to be cold like late season, it just always this gives them something to burn through the night. It's got 16% protein in it, so you know, after a long day's hike, you know, help them with their muscles so they're not as sore in the morning. Yeah, so that seems to do really well, and I feed them in a bowl. I don't put it on the ground. They know when that bowl comes out, they're either getting water, because they hate drinking out of creeks. They're either getting water or food, so they get excited. So there's that. And then normally I bring a couple panniers with these, but I decided not to. I only brought one, and I supplemented it with the other side with a cooler. These are nice, these Plano boxes, or Sterilite boxes. I got them at Walmart. They're 16 by 11 by 9, give or take. And I use them if I have a stove. I'll use those to collect wood and keep the wood contained inside camp. And it's just nice to have that. You pack that box around with you, and usually I have 2 of them, and so I'll pack, you know, one will be with just kindling and fire starter, and then and pine needles, and the other one will be for big wood, you know, all the logs I'm going to burn and everything. And so that works out really well. They're really handy. And then if you're not doing that, like this morning, I flipped it over and used it as a table to cook with. So like I said, we had a little, brought in a little cooler, Weez and I. There's my pot for coffee and my pan. Last night I ate Hawaiian rolls, which are amazing. I put them in a little box so they don't get smashed. Hawaiian rolls with some ketchup and some Pringles and some chicken apple brats. So that was pretty awesome. One other thing, you know, here's my bowl that I always feed with, just a little collapsible bowl. They get excited when they see that. But one thing, you know, I am rifle hunting, but I keep this in camp, and I keep it right by me close. You know, having a rifle is one thing. You know, and that's fine and dandy. But when you're in bear country, if you've got coyotes or cats or anything else, having a handgun, being able to make a lot of noise and a lot of racket and shoot rapidly to protect your stock is pretty important, I think anyway. So it is heavy, but I just pack it because, you know, it makes me feel safer inside my tent, and I can defend my goats better. So that is, those are the goat coats. That's pretty much it as far as how my camp goes and how I do things. If you have any ideas, guys, you know, that are packing, whether you're packing llamas, horses, goats, if you have any, or not anything at all, and you see flaws in my system and you want to, you know, share the wealth, I'd love to hear how I can make things better, lighter, more comfortable. I love it. So appreciate you watching. Thank you.